Assalamu alaikum Zabist. You're watching Zab FM Digital. I am your host Fatima and you're watching Biotalk, where we delve deeper into the world of science and enlighten you with new researches in the field. Today's topic is definitely quite interesting and very different, of course, from the past podcasts. We are talking about Japanese miso versus Pakistani spices, taken from the course Proteomics and Genomics. We have some very special guests here with us today, of course. And without further ado, let me introduce you to Mariam, Maheen, and Zoha. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalam.
How are you guys doing today?
Alhamdulillah.
So, how has your day been so far?
It's been good. A bit of both excitement and anxiety.
Oh wow, is it your first time doing podcast?
Yes, it's our first time.
Oh, for all of you?
Yes.
So,
It's our
what
first time.
is the feeling there? Is there like a tinge of excitement and a lot of nervousness?
Yes.
It's a tinge of excitement. I would say I'm so excited for this.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
Have you like guys heard podcasts
Yes,
in the
I've
past,
done a
of
lot of
course?
podcasts before. Never
So आज
done
आप
it.
खुद आ रहे हैं. How is that feeling?
Yeah, it's nice. It's fun to be seen on TV and all. Not seen, obviously, but to see yourselves on camera because we've never done this before.
Exactly.
So it's nice. It's
For
interesting.
me, like, it's been good. Obviously nervous, but trying to make yourself calm is a great solution for me.
And you
I think.
definitely look very calm, of
Thank
course.
you. Thank you.
I just love to do broadcast. I always like कि मैंने एक दिन तो करना है. तो I was like कि it's good opportunity to do something like this.
Exactly. Something fun and
Yeah.
something different from our field, of course.
Yes.
So, just for the audience, could you please introduce yourselves and tell us what semester you're from and what program are you pursuing here at Zebist?
So my name is Sayyida Maheen Fatma. I'm pursuing my career in BS Biotechnology. I'm in 4th semester right now.
Perfect.
So my name is Mariam Haqqani, and I'm also from my 4th semester and in biotechnology.
My name is Zoha Mirza, and I'm also from 4th semester of BS Biotechnology.
Wow, so 4th semester students we have here today in the Zab FM with us.
Yes.
So up until now, I've only interacted with students जो कि बहुत आगे वाले semesters में थे. 7th, we had 8th semester. So of course someone kind of near me.
Yes.
So obviously 2 years हो चुके हैं at Zebist. So how has the experience been this far?
Alhamdulillah, it's been good. In the beginning, it was like I entered the classroom and I was like, what is this? Because obviously we were in school and then we were in college and now we're in university, so everything's really different. All sorts of different people with me. So obviously it took some time to adjust. But now, alhamdulillah, it's almost been 2 years. So it's going good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, that is something आपको चाहिए होता है कि at least university life अच्छी निकल रही हो. Would you like to add something to that, Mariam?
It's been good so far, but initially when I first came to Zebist, it wasn't that good for me because again, when I entered our class, we only had like 6 or 7 people in our class, so that made me really upset. Upset and frustrated. Like I had a thinking that I would come into university and all those university vibes that you see. So I was quite disappointed. Then gradually it changed because I started interacting with other departments and all. And I'm a very socially active person, so I like talking to other people and interacting. So now it's good. I'm like happy wherever I am with different friends from different departments. So it's been good.
As an extrovert, having just 6 people in your class would have been a horror dream.
It was a nightmare.
Oh my god.
It was literally a nightmare.
Okay, so what about you, Maheen?
It was not that much good in first semester, but from the second semester, it's getting good, and alhamdulillah, it's good now.
First semester में ऐसा क्या हुआ था?
First semester there is some teacher, and in उसके बाद जो second semester में फिर आदत हो गई.
आदत हो
Then we are
गई.
like कि हर semester एक teacher तो ऐसे मिल ही जाएंगे.
बस ये तो हर यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट का है.
So we are like कि okay अब इसी से करना है क्या कर सकते हैं. So,
Perfect. So of course, all biotech students. तो biotechnology as a field, इसने आपको क्यों attract किया? बहुत सारी fields हैं out there. We have biosciences, we have public health, of course. We also had like MBBS and BSND. We had of course dentistry में आप जा सकते थे. तो इस field ने आपको क्यों attract किया?
So when I was in college, everybody that I knew even in college, the people who were with me, they came with me from school. So all of those people, they were pursuing MBBS, and I was
Okay.
like, since I had an interest in biology and chemistry as well, I was like, okay, I'll do the same. So I registered for the AKU test and the MCAT and the NUMS test as well, and I like ditched some of my plans to just come and study for the AKU test and the MCAT and the NUMS test. So I did the AKU test and I passed it, and then they were starting to call people for interviews and stuff, and then the reality for me settled in. I was like, how am I gonna do this? Because you need the patience and the strength to be a doctor, and for me, I realized that I was doing it because I had an interest in biology and chemistry. So I wanted to get something that focused more on those two fields, because in MBBS obviously you have anatomy and you have all those other things.
Of course.
So I searched up on more fields. Dow mein I had my plan कि I'll do MBBS in Dow, so I searched in Dow कि biotech bhi hai, and I searched more about it. And during that time, COVID was going on, so I realized how much I enjoyed learning about how vaccinations are made and the whole field of immunology. So I was like, this is a perfect field for me. So then I searched up more universities, and finally I ended up here. And alhamdulillah, I'm really
And
happy.
thank God you did come here.
Yes.
Of course, I've heard from a lot of students who chose biotechnology, even biosciences after COVID, of course. क्योंकि आपको समझ आती है how important
Yes.
those vaccines are, how
Yes.
important research is when we're talking about epidemics or pandemics. So that was a very well structured answer. Thank you so much. What would you like to say, Maheen?
I always want to do something in biology because I like biology and chemistry. So when I heard about the biotechnology, I was never heard मतलब मैंने इस फील्ड के बारे में कभी पहले नहीं सुना था कि बायोटेक्नोलॉजी भी कोई फील्ड होती है. तो जब मैंने इसका फ्लायर देखा इट्स बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, तो आई वाज लाइक कि ये क्या है. देन आई रिसर्च अबाउट इट कि बायो एंड टेक्नोलॉजी का मिक्सचर है. उसमें बायो में टेक्नोलॉजीज को किस तरीके से यूज किया जा रहा है, रिसर्च वर्क किस तरीके से हो रहा है. सो आई वाज लाइक कि यार टेक्नोलॉजी का तो आगे जमाना है और बायो भी है उसमें, तो इट विल बी इंटरेस्टिंग. तो अभी तक तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जो सोचा था उसी हिसाब से जा रहा है और बहुत अच्छा जा रहा है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आपने काफी अच्छी डिस्क्रिप्शन दे दी है बायो के अंदर टेक्नोलॉजी. फॉर आवर व्यूअर्स जिनको बायोटेक का इतना नहीं पता, ऑफ कोर्स दैट इज बेसिकली व्हाट इट इज.
हाँ, तो ऑब्वियसली जब हम किसी भी रिसर्च पे या हम किसी भी बॉडी पार्ट पे काम कर रहे होते हैं, तो उसमें अगर हम टेक्नोलॉजी को इंक्लूड कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि आजकल के ज़माने में टेक्नोलॉजी के बगैर तो कुछ भी नहीं है. तो ये हमारे लिए भी बेनिफिशियल होता है और टाइम भी वेस्ट नहीं हो रहा होता है, टाइम बच रहा होता है.
सही
तो
बात
हमने एक
है.
लैब भी विजिट करा था काफी टाइम पहले. तो उसमें जो है ना पुराने जमाने में कैसे रिसर्चेस होती थी वो, और उसके बाद हम आज के जमाने में कैसे रिसर्चेस कर रहे हैं, तो वो दिखाया था. तो इट वाज वेरी फैसिनेटिंग कि भाई किस तरीके से चेंजेस आ रही हैं बिकॉज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. तो आगे जाके ये करियर जो है बहुत अच्छा होना साबित हो जाएगा इंशाल्लाह.
Perfect. So I agree with the fact that you should choose a field that fascinates you.
Yeah.
आप उसमें बोर नहीं होते.
exactly.
Of course, Zoha, what would you like to add to this?
For me, initially, I wanted to do BDS, which is like dental surgery. But जब मैं सोच रही थी कि यार dental surgery में I would just be stuck with one thing, कि मैंने bachelor's कर लिया, graduation कर ली, फिर I'll just be stuck with doing dental surgery. So I wanted to do something that would be a bit diverse. I could choose something different for like pursuing masters and all. Then I heard about biotechnology. One of my friends in Dow was doing biotechnology at that time. So I asked her about it, and she was like, biotechnology is a great field. So eventually, biotechnology obviously बहुत versatile field है. आगे बहुत diverse चीज़ें आपको careers provide करती है. मेरा main focus is on biomedical engineering. For which I
perfect.
want to pursue my master's in.
इंशाल्लाह.
You've already decided.
I
That's
have.
very interesting.
I hope it doesn't change. So that was like one of my main reasons for choosing biotechnology.
First, to study biochemical engineering. Do you
not
find it very interesting?
Yeah, it's interesting for me, honestly. I mean, मुझे ये चीज़ अच्छी लगी थी कि bio है, tech है, as Maheen said. So it's nice. Technology incorporated into biology. It's fun, even though my maths is not that good. but it's a good
The story
field.
of every
It's a
science
fun-
student.
It's a fun field, honestly. I'm having fun up till now.
Perfect. That was actually a very nice conversation that we had. But to come back to the actual topic of the podcast, of
Yes.
course, Japanese miso versus Pakistani spices. Now that's something very interesting. So, of course, when we're talking to you, Mariam, so could you just to bring a clarity to the audience, explain what miso is and what is it made from?
Okay, so basically miso is a seasoning that has been a part of the Japanese diet since 1300 years, meaning that they've been having it, making it, eating it for 1300 years, and it's made up of soybean and fermented. The soybean is fermented using a fungus known as Aspergillus oryzae. Now basically this fungus, what it does is that it ferments all the substances that are present in the miso, and fermentation is basically a process in which the sugars in the components are converted to gases, acids or alcohols. So they give it a very different texture, they enhance the taste, and also they preserve the lifetime of the food. So depending on the type of miso, there are different types. For example, there's white miso, then there's red miso. Depending on the type of the miso, apart from soybean, they also add other stuff to it, such as rice, barley, wheat, depending on the type. So if it's white miso or red miso, they'll add rice or barley to it, and they have different types in this way. And also they add it in dressings and sauces so that they can use it in different types of food to enhance the flavor. And they also have this very famous thing known as miso soup, in which they add
I think most of us have heard about it.
Yes, so they add this, basically that's how it's made, from some substances and fungus.
Okay.
Yes, so that's what miso
Let's hope
basically
people don't
is.
stop eating it after hearing the fungus part.
Yes.
But of course, when we are talking about miso, it also suppresses UVC mutations.
Yes.
So what is present in this particular
Yes.
spice that enables it to do this?
Yes, so basically miso, it has different types of compounds. They are bioactive compounds. So these bioactive compounds, they also include free unsaturated fatty acids and oleic acid, and there's this very major compound that suppresses mutations that's known as HEMF. Now HEMF, it's hydroxyethyl methylfuranone. So basically what this does is that miso, it increases the enhances the protein GRP78. Now GRP78, what it does is that it suppresses UV mutations, and because of this compound that is present in miso, the upregulation of GRP78 occurs. Now because of this upregulation, we know that if miso is consumed, we'll discuss about how it is later, what happened in the experiment, but once the cells were treated with the miso, it was seen that UV was suppressed. Now basically what UV does is cause skin cancer, and how it does that is by causing thymine dimers. Now we know that thymine is a type of nucleotide base, nitrogenous base, that is present in DNA. So on one strand of DNA where two thymine bases are present together, they form a covalent bond, and then they form bulky lesions and they protrude out of the chain. So basically that is what UV light does, and it causes thymine dimers. So by the upregulation of GRP78, the thymine dimers will be suppressed and our DNA will not be damaged. And apart from this, miso also contains antioxidants, and which also enhance cell repair and suppress the DNA damage. And also during fermentation, there are various metabolites and peptides produced, which also have the same function.
Perfect. So based on what you said, if
Yes.
humans consume miso,
Yes.
that would directly suppress UVC mutations.
No, that is not true, because this experiment that the researchers conducted, that we studied in this article, basically it was performed on a specific type of cells in vitro in the laboratory. So basically cells were taken from embryonic fibroblasts, and they were infected by two viruses. Now these viruses are Rous sarcoma virus and simian virus 40, which is how the name RSA comes up. So the purpose of infecting these cells with these two viruses was that We know that sometimes viruses cause cancers, and in cancer we know that cells, they divide continuously. So by infecting the cells with these viruses, the cells would start dividing continuously in the culture. They would form colonies, which would make it easier for us to determine whether the suppression of UVC was done by meso or not. And the other reason, the other virus, what it did was that it made the cells more susceptible, more sensitive to UV. So that since we're testing the cells to see whether they suppress UV or not, we need the type of cells that have the decreased cell repair mechanism, that are more sensitive to UV, so we can actually see whether the suppression is being done or not. So that is why these cells are used. And if meso is consumed directly by the human body, it does not mean that the UVC mutations will be suppressed. And for this, more trials will be needed to be conducted to see whether, if humans consume meso directly, the UV will be suppressed or not.
So basically, according to what you just said, is that if humans consume meso directly, it's not beneficial.
Yes.
So why was this particular experiment conducted? Like,
Yes.
what was the point of it if it was not going to end up being beneficial?
Yes. So basically, it doesn't mean that because it did not suppress mutations when it got consumed directly, it does not mean that it's not beneficial, because this article, the experiment that these researchers conducted, it did help, because we were checking how the GRP78, which is a molecular chaperone protein, it prevents cells from stress, protects them from DNA damage, and enhances cell repair. We now have seen that meso does enhance upregulates the expression of GRP78. So now that it's proven that meso does this, we can work on more experiments regarding meso to see whether it does actually suppress mutations when consumed directly as well. So what can be done is that this experiment can be done to see, because what happens is that when we consume something, the processes of digestion and absorption take place. So what happens is that the compounds that are present in the original meso, they may not be the same as what they were originally. Like HEMF, it may change to some other compound, it may be broken down, so it may not have the same benefits as it did before. So experiments can be conducted to see what happens to meso when it's taken inside the body, and this is done. And apart from this, all the compounds that are present inside meso, such as HEMF, we know that UV light causes skin cancer. So these compounds can be extracted in other experiments, and they can be tested and seen if they can be incorporated into sunscreens or skincare products to see whether they will suppress UV mutations if they are used on the skin. And apart from this whole UV mutation thing, it also has, like I mentioned before, antioxidants and anti-cancer properties, and it has probiotics that support gut health. So overall, it is very beneficial, and we just need to conduct more trials to see whether it will suppress UV mutations when consumed directly.
Of course, that was a good answer, because like we do need a lot of research when it
Yes.
comes to skin cancer.
Yes.
And to take something so like miso, it's just a spice. To take
Yes.
something so tiny and to use that to conduct such research
Yes.
that is very beneficial for the entire human race. That was a very good answer, of
Thank
course.
you.
And thank you so much for explaining to the audience what miso is as a spice. Of course, I think काफी अच्छी खासी information उनको मिल गई है. So now moving on to Maheen. Maheen, so we've talked a lot about miso. Now let's talk a little about our Pakistani spices, bhai. So could you tell us a little about क्या पाकिस्तानी spices यहाँ पे मिलती हैं और वो किस तरह हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं?
एज वी ऑल नो कि पाकिस्तानी स्पाइसेस जो है ना वो अपने टेस्ट की वजह से वैसे भी बड़ी फेमस है
बहुत।
और ऊपर से वो बेनिफिशियल भी बहुत होती हैं. वो हम कोविड में देख चुके हैं कि कोविड में हमने किस तरीके से सरवाइव करा है. सो फॉर टुडे I choose drink which is a mixture of some spices and some vegetables. As miso is a fermented paste, so I choose a drink which is mixture of spices and of vegetables. So it's kanji. Kanji is a Indo-Pakistani drink. It's basically a mixture of spices and some vegetable which we fermented. So it's probiotic drink which has so many nutritions. So ये drink होती है which we can compare with the miso. We have so many or more things, but for now हमने इसको जो है इससे compare करा कि किस तरीके से miso and जो है कांजी को हम जो है beneficial values same तकरीबन है.
तो जो कांजी आपने बात किया कि ये जो एज अ ड्रिंक आप इसको यूज करते हैं इंडो पाकिस्तान, तो इट साउंड्स वेरी यमी एक्चुअली, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, हाउ
And
स्पाइसी.
it's so refreshing.
डेफिनेटली आप लेके क्यों नहीं आई यार, दुख हो रहा है मुझे. बट या, सो द स्पाइसेस दैट यू वर टॉकिंग अबाउट राइट नाउ, उनमें ऐसा क्या होता है कि दे आर वेरी बेनिफिशियल फॉर ह्यूमंस ऑफ कोर्स?
Okay, तो first we talk about the cumin which is जीरा. अगर हम जीरे की बात करें तो उसमें जो है ना एंटी माइक्रोबियल प्रॉपर्टीज होती हैं. एंटी माइक्रोबियल प्रॉपर्टीज द प्रॉपर्टीज कि वो जब हमारी गट में जाएगा ना, वो जो हमारे अंदर गुड बैक्टीरियाज है ना उनको हेल्प करेगा कि वो प्रोग्रेस करें, काम करें. तो क्यूमिन का तो ये काम हो गया. फिर हम रेड चिलीज की बात करें तो रेड चिलीज जो है ना एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी होती हैं, इन्फ्लेमेशन को खत्म करने में हेल्प करती हैं. फिर हम टर्मरिक की बात करें, टर्मरिक के तो इतने ज्यादा फिर वो बेनिफिट्स आ जाते हैं कि हम जो है उसको तो एक ब्रॉडकास्ट में एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर
अम्मियों का
पाएंगे.
फेवरेट चीज है, कुछ खराब है हल्दी लगा दो.
तो वो एंटीऑक्सीडेंट होती है, एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी होती है. फिर हम कैरेट की बात करें स्पेसिफिकली तो इसमें ब्लैक कैरेट्स यूज होती हैं. देन लेकिन अगर आपके पास अवेलेबल नहीं हो तो हम रेड कैरेट भी ऑब्वियसली यूज कर सकते हैं, विच इज फुल ऑफ विटामिन्स. जो है उसमें विटामिन के मौजूद होता है, ए मौजूद होता है, विच इज गुड फॉर अवर हेल्थ, विच इज गुड फॉर अवर स्किन. हम लोग स्किन बहुत कॉन्शियस होते हैं. उसके बाद ये हाइड्रेट करता है. तो उसके बाद हम जब बीटरूट की बात करें तो बीटरूट के तो भाई हम स्किन में तो बीटरूट को बहुत ही ज्यादा अहमियत देते हैं.
सही बात है.
तो जो है गट हेल्थ के लिए जो है ना बहुत अच्छा होता है. डाइजेस्टिव हेल्थ के लिए ये बहुत अच्छा होता है. इसमें बहुत सारे न्यूट्रिएंट्स होते हैं, एंटीऑक्सीडेंट होता है. अच्छा, और इसको पीने से ये भी फायदा होता है कि आपका जो है ना जो बॉडी में हाइड्रेशन लेवल है ना वो बहुत बैलेंस आउट रहता है.
ओह अच्छा अच्छा.
क्योंकि पाकिस्तान में बात की जाए तो मोस्टली लोगों में डिहाइड्रेशन का मसला बहुत होता है.
पानी नहीं पीना है
हाँ,
क्योंकि
क्योंकि पानी नहीं पीना है. और पानी अगर पीते भी हैं तो जो है यहाँ पे गर्मी बहुत है.
एग्जैक्टली.
जब वेदर की बात करें तो वेदर इश्यूज बहुत हैं. तो फिर जो है जब हम बात करें कैरेट की या फिर बीटरूट की तो इसमें पोटेशियम और फाइबर भी बहुत ज्यादा मिकदार में मौजूद होता है. तो ये बाउल मूवमेंट में बहुत हेल्प आउट करता है. इसको करने से जैसे यहाँ पे डाइजेस्टिव इश्यूज बहुत होते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं. तो उसको कॉन्स्टिपेशन को, नोजिया को करने में हेल्प आउट करता है. जैसे अगर हम बात करें जिंजर की, जिंजर इज ऑल्सो प्रेजेंट इन कांजी. तो कांजी में जो जिंजर होता है वो नोजिया को हेल्प आउट जो है ना प्रोटेक्ट करने में, या कह लें कि उसको खत्म करने में बहुत हेल्प आउट करता है. तो दीज आर इंग्रेडिएंट्स. और अगर हम इसकी लिस्ट पे जाएं और उस पे जाएं तो बहुत सारी चीजें हम बिल्कुल
एक और पॉडकास्ट पे आपको बुलाना पड़ेगा,
अलग अलग करके हम इसको डिस्कस करेंगे.
इतनी वो बेनिफिशियल है
एग्जैक्टली.
ऑफ कोर्स. तो आपने बात की कि काफी स्पाइसेस जो उन्होंने बताई हैं कितने उनके बेनिफिट्स हैं. देन व्हेन वी टॉकिंग अबाउट कांजी, कांजी हैज ऑल ऑफ द स्पाइसेस, तो ऑफ कोर्स डाइजेस्टिव हेल्थ के लिए वो बहुत अच्छी होती होगी. कुड यू एलैबोरेट ऑन दैट अ लिटिल कि किस तरह उसका इम्पैक्ट आता है आपकी डाइजेस्टिव हेल्थ पे?
अच्छा, तो पहले डाइजेस्टिव हेल्थ के लिए तो पहले तो हम आईबीएल की बात कर लेते हैं. बाउल मूवमेंट जो होती है उसके लिए बेहतरीन है, उसको जो है डिक्रीज करता है. फिर हम बात करते हैं हार्ट की. तो हार्ट के लिए जो है ना जो आपका जो हार्ट रेट होता है ना, कोलेस्ट्रॉल लेवल, उसको कंट्रोल में रखता है. उसको जो है पोटेशियम जो होता है इसके अंदर उसको कंट्रोल करने में हेल्प आउट करता है. फिर हम बात करें जो है उसके बाद हमने कॉन्स्टिपेशन की बात करी थी लास्ट में भी. तो कॉन्स्टिपेशन में हेल्प आउट करता है क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा फाइबर है, तो कॉन्स्टिपेशन होने नहीं देगा फाइबर की वजह से. ठीक है. उसके बाद स्टार्च बहुत है. उसके बाद प्रोबायोटिक्स बहुत है. तो इम्यूनिटी बहुत ज्यादा इंक्रीज हो जाएगी. इम्यूनिटी जो है ना वो बहुत ज्यादा अच्छी हो जाएगी. इम्यूनिटी अच्छी होगी तो ऑब्वियस सी बात है जो वायरस चल रहे हैं, जो बैक्टीरियल जो है चीजें होती हैं वो नहीं होंगी
जी.
इट विल हेल्प आउट इन दैट वे ऑल्सो. इम्यूनिटी अच्छी हो जाएगी, आपकी गट हेल्थ अच्छी हो जाएगी. गट हेल्थ जो है ना विच इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग. जिनकी गट हेल्थ अच्छी होती है उनको बाकी के जो इश्यूज होते हैं ना वो वैसे भी बहुत कम होते हैं. उनको वायरल डिजीजेस बहुत कम होती हैं, उनको बैक्टीरियल डिजीजेस बहुत होती हैं. बैक्टीरियल डिजीजेस में जब उनके कोई बैक्टीरिया अगर आपकी बॉडी में चला जाता है तो इम्यूनिटी अच्छी होने की वजह से वो जो है बैक्टीरिया जो है ना आपकी बॉडी पे वर्क ही नहीं कर पाता है.
एग्जैक्टली.
वो सेल डेथ हो जाती है. तो उसकी वजह से ये बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है डाइजेस्टिव हेल्थ, और डाइजेस्टिव हेल्थ अच्छी होने की वजह से आपकी स्किन अच्छी हो जाती है।
एंड पे हम वहीं आते हैं, स्किन अच्छी होनी
क्योंकि हम
चाहिए।
सब लड़कियां बैठी हुई हैं, तो स्किन की तो बात ना हो तो फिर तो ऐसा
अच्छा नहीं लगेगा।
अच्छा नहीं लगेगा। तो ये सब चीजें हैं। उसके बाद जो है, इसको पीने से हाइड्रेशन की बात करी, तो हाइड्रेशन अच्छी होगी तो डाइजेस्टिव हेल्थ ऑब्वियसली सी
अच्छी
बात
हो
है कि
जाएगी।
उस साइड से भी अच्छी हो जाएगी। तो ये सब चीजें हैं, और भी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं विच वी कैन डिस्कस, बट राइट नाउ ये अभी के पॉइंट्स हमने
हाँ, तो वैसे इंडो पाकिस्तानी तो आगे निकल गए, इतनी अच्छी ड्रिंक, एंड आई एम हियरिंग अबाउट इट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम। ऑफ कोर्स आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ आवर व्यूअर्स विल बी टू, कि इस तरह की हमारे पास चीजें मौजूद हैं, लेकिन वही बात है कि हमें नहीं पता।
अच्छा, जब व्हेन वी रिसर्च अबाउट इट, तो हमारे पास ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, जैसे हमने एक और ट्यूमरिक चटनी, इमली की चटनी के
इमली की चटनी
विच इज मोस्ट बेनिफिशियल। अच्छा, ये तो कांजी की जो बात है वो तो जनरेशन से बनती हुई आ रही है, तो हमारी दादियों नानियों ने वो बहुत ज्यादा पिए, इसीलिए उनके पास इतने ज्यादा हेल्थ इश्यूज नहीं थे, कैंसर नहीं था, चीजें नहीं थी। अब हमने छोड़ दी है, तो जो है ये
हेल्थ
चीजें
कंसर्न्स भी आना शुरू हो गए हैं।
अब जैसे मीसो की बात करी जाए, तो जापानीज में, जापान वगैरह में एज जो लिमिट होती है वो बहुत ज्यादा होती है पाकिस्तानियों से, हार्ट रेट बहुत अच्छे होते हैं वहाँ के लोगों को हार्ट अटैक्स नहीं होते।
नहीं होते।
एग्जैक्टली। और यहाँ पे देखा जाए तो यहाँ पे यंग जनरेशन में इतने ज्यादा इश्यूज हैं, हेल्थ इश्यूज, स्किन इश्यूज, और जो है ना छोटे छोटे जो है ना लड़के लड़कियों को हार्ट अटैक के
सही
इश्यूज,
बात है जी।
डिहाइड्रेशन के इश्यूज, हर कोई जो है ना गर्मी में, हर यूनिवर्सिटी में, हर स्कूल में, हर दूसरा बच्चा भी होश पड़ा होता है, ऐसा
तो है।
टाइम में हम नहीं हुए।
वो प्रिंसिपल की गलती नहीं थी शायद फिर।
प्रिंसिपल की एक्चुअली में गलती नहीं है, वहाँ पे भी ये डिहाइड्रेशन का मसला,
जी, जी।
डाइट का मसला, हम जो है ना अच्छी चीजें लेना नहीं चाहते, तो उसकी बात।
बहुत बहुत अच्छा आपने आंसर दिया है, काफी इंफॉर्मेटिव था, लोगों को कांजी के बारे में पता चलना चाहिए।
exactly.
लेकिन हम जैसे अब बात कर रहे थे मीसो की, कांजी की, तो जोहा आप बताएं कि जब आप कंपेयर करते हैं कांजी एंड मीसो, व्हाट डू यू प्रेफर और व्हाट इज द बेटर ऑप्शन फॉर पीपल टू कंज्यूम?
Well, in my opinion, neither Japanese miso nor Pakistani spices are particularly better for human health because they both are providing equal benefits. Such as Mariam discussed, that miso is a Japanese fermented dish which has a lot of probiotics, which जो कि gut health को बहुत maintain रखता है, which is really important for digestion and our immune system as well. और अगर ऑन दी अदर हैंड अगर मैं पाकिस्तानी स्पाइसेस की बात करूं, तो एज माहीन डिस्कस, माहीन फोकस्ड हियर ऑन कांजी.
कांजी,
So kanji itself has a lot of probiotics, but since it's a blend of different kinds of spices, as Maheen mentioned, so it has other benefits as well. If we talk about a black pepper, so black pepper has lots of antioxidant properties, and it also helps with digestion. Another example could be of ginger, as Maheen said. So ginger also helps with digestion, and it also has anti-nauseating properties. So दोनों में comparison में I wouldn't say either of them are more beneficial, but दोनों equally benefited हैं. आप मीसो ले लो या आप पाकिस्तानी स्पाइसेस ले लो, उनका मेन जो पर्पस है इज टू प्रोवाइड यू बेनिफिट्स. तो या
तो लेकिन जब आप बात कर रहे हो, बिकॉज यू ऑल्सो मेंशन्ड इट अगेन जस्ट अ सेकंड अगो, कि दोनों के सेम एक जितने बेनिफिट्स हैं.
Yes.
तो ऐसा क्यों है कि बिल्कुल ही सेम बेनिफिट्स हैं, कोई लिमिटेशंस नहीं होंगी?
Okay, so the thing is कि when we talk about miso, so miso has probiotics which is helping with our gut health, immune system की support कर रहा है, and it also helps with cell repairing. So as Mariam discussed, in this article, miso was only tested on human RSS cells. So when it's consumed, उसकी जो anti-cancer properties हैं, it has been researched well. जो miso जो है, it focuses more on gut health and antioxidant properties. फिर अगर हम पाकिस्तानी स्पाइसेस की बात करें, तो पाकिस्तानी स्पाइसेस ऐसी हैं जो ज़्यादा इन्फ्लेमेशन वगैरह पे, डाइजेशन पे, जैसे कि माहीन ने सब डिस्कस किया था, डिफरेंट स्पाइसेस हैं, वो इन्फ्लेमेशन में बहुत हेल्प कर रही हैं, स्किन में हेल्प कर रही हैं, एंड दे आर ऑल्सो हेल्पिंग विद डाइजेशन. तो ये बेसिकली कुछ लिमिटेशंस आ जाती हैं कि बेनिफिट्स इक्वल हैं, बट वो लोग डिफरेंट लाइन ऑफ वर्क पे काम कर रहे हैं. जैसे मीसो ज़्यादा गट हेल्थ पे काम कर रहा है, और जो पाकिस्तानी स्पाइसेस वो ज़्यादा इन्फ्लेमेशन की साइड पे हैं. मीसो में हमने नहीं सुना था कि वो
जी, जी.
इन्फ्लेमेशन पे काम कर रहे हो. पाकिस्तानी स्पाइसेस में भी हर्ड दिस. तो ये कुछ डिफरेंसेस हैं इन दोनों में.
Perfect. So, do you think that
Yes.
miso has the potential to become popular in Pakistan, and do you think it could be more beneficial than the spices that we already have here?
Well, I do believe that miso has a lot of potential for becoming popular here in Pakistan, as with a growing trend towards health conscious eating. Miso, if I compare to miso, then there is a dish called kimchi, which is becoming really popular nowadays in Pakistan. It is also
Yes.
a fermented dish. So, miso is also a very versatile dish. As Mariam already said, miso is a dish which can be incorporated into many different dishes, such as soups or stew or even salad dressings. तो वो बहुत एक versatility provide कर देता है for different kinds of cooking, contemporary हो या traditional cooking हो. And if we talk about Pakistan nowadays, then Pakistan has a lot of vegetarians also nowadays. And miso being a plant-based protein would be really appealing to them.
Definitely.
So miso obviously wouldn't replace our traditional foods such as kanji or yogurt, but हमारी cuisine में एक बहुत popular addition ज़रूर हो सकता है miso, especially for those people who are looking for diverse food options here.
डेफिनेटली. सो हमने ये तो बात कर ली कि मीसो पाकिस्तान आ जाए. इसकी बात करें कि क्या हमारी स्पाइसेस जापानीज लोगों के पास जा सकती हैं. फॉर स्कूल डू दे हैव द पोटेंशियल टू बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ देयर लाइफ एंड देयर डेली रूटीन, कि अगर वो ये स्पाइसेस मीसो के साथ भी लें, बोथ in the same routine, तो क्या उससे उनको कोई हेल्थ बेनिफिट्स हो सकते हैं? जापानीज पीपल स्टार्ट यूजिंग these spices.
Well, if Japanese people start consuming Pakistani spices, it would definitely bring more health benefits to them, especially in terms of anti-inflammation, as miso doesn't have that, and even digestion. But it wouldn't necessarily bring more benefits, as miso already has different benefits on its own. But if you talk about consuming miso and Pakistani spices altogether, then it would definitely have a greater impact on their health, with miso providing different probiotics that will help with their gut health and digestion, and Pakistani spices would provide anti-inflammation. So overall health benefits तो बहुत हैं, और अच्छा है कि हम लोग साथ वो चीज़ करें जिस वजह से हमें और benefits मिल सकें.
परफेक्ट. तो यानी कि बेनिफिशियल होगा अच्छा खासा. तो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट पाकिस्तानी स्पाइसेस, वी टॉकिंग अबाउट मीसो.
Yes.
आर देयर एनी अदर फूड और डाइटरी जो आपके पास ऑब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं जो कि इनका भी यही इफेक्ट हो ऑन ह्यूमन हेल्थ, एंड आर दे बीइंग यूज्ड इन पाकिस्तान और जापान और एनीवेयर एल्स इन द वर्ल्ड?
Well, as a matter of fact, there are many different foods from different cultures that have the same health benefits as miso or Pakistani spices. For example, if I compare to miso, I've mentioned kimchi before, but kimchi is a Korean fermented dish which is packed with probiotics and antioxidants. It's a very popular side dish in Japan. So another example could be of sauerkraut, which is fermented cabbage from Germany. It is also packed with different probiotics and many fibers. Lastly, एक dish की बात करें तो there is a dish called natto, which is a fermented soybean dish. And fun fact, ये traditional Japanese dish है.
Oh,
So yeah, it is often served with rice, and it is also it provides a lot of probiotics as well. And एक और चीज जो ये provide करता है is vitamin K2.
oh, great.
और अगर हम लोग पाकिस्तानी स्पाइसेस से कंपेयर किए करें तो इंडियन कुजीन्स हैं जो ऑलमोस्ट उनका जो टेस्ट पैलेट होता है इट्स द सेम एज पाकिस्तानी स्पाइसेस विद देयर स्पाइसेस. एग्जांपल्स के तौर पे हम लोग बोले तो वी हैव टर्मरिक, वी हैव जिंजर, वी हैव ब्लैक पेपर. इंडियन कुजीन्स में भी बहुत यूज होते हैं, हमारे पाकिस्तानी कुजीन्स में भी बहुत ज़्यादा यूज होते हैं. तो और इन दोनों में जो सिमिलैरिटीज है वो ये है कि दे ऑल प्रोवाइड एंटी इन्फ्लेमेशन एंड एंटी ऑक्सीडेंट्स.
course.
एक और ये हो सकता है कि जो मिडिल ईस्टर्न कुजीन्स भी होती हैं उनके भी कुछ स्पाइसेस होते हैं जो पाकिस्तानी पैलेट से सेम होते हैं, सच एज क्यूमिन एंड कार्डामन. तो उनमें भी कुछ ऐसी प्रॉपर्टीज होती हैं which help with digestion and they have antioxidants as well. So ginger, which I have mentioned before, but ginger एक ऐसा ingredient जो Chinese cuisines में बहुत important माना जाता है. Ginger, it also helps with digestion.
Perfect. So it's so fascinating to see how foods from different cultures can come together and bring such benefit to humans, of course. तो ये जो इतना अच्छा podcast वैसे गया है, और especially for people who love food, I think this was very beneficial to understand to a certain extent कि क्या चीज़ें आपकी health को benefit कर सकती हैं. आपने dehydration पे बात की, gut health की बात की, of course, and natto, which who is bringing me natto now, because बहुत अच्छे उसके भी benefits हैं. Thank you so much, guys. You were so good. You were very informative. You made this podcast so much more fun for me. As a foodie myself, this was very interesting. So are there any parting comments you would like to leave the viewers with?
Definitely. So you should, like we mentioned about miso and kanji and obviously the comparison, you should also like maybe go into other cultures, try different things like Zoha mentioned kimchi, about how many benefits all these different foods have, like kanji and kimchi and all, natto and everything. So thank you to Miss Arusa who invited us to this podcast, and she has been a great teacher. She has helped us a lot in the whole course, in our previous courses as well. She's amazing. I don't have enough words to say about
Very
her.
sweet.
So I just want to say कि अभी तो season है, सर्दियाँ हैं, so do take kanji in your diet so you can survive whole year without कोई भी सर दर्द और जो है डिहाइड्रेशन के बिना कहीं भी बेहोश होते हुए नहीं दिखेंगे. तो do take, and I would like to thank Dr. Urusa. She is one of the best teacher of Zabis University. So she helped us a lot, or she's a wonderful teacher. I just like to thanks a lot.
That's very sweet.
So everyone has already discussed everything. So I would just like to give a heads up that Mariam talked about कि हमें natto खाना चाहिए. Natto का मैं एक heads up दे दूँ. It's a sticky soybean dish. So
I know that.
not everyone here would like that. So do try it. It's a really good dish.
At your own risk.
At your own risk.
At your own risk, of course. And overall, I would just like to thank Miss Urusa for always supporting us and providing us with great opportunities and teaching us so well. And thank you for being one of the best teachers we can have in this university. Thank you.
That was so sweet. Thank you so much to all of you again. And thank you so much to the viewers for joining in again on this podcast with us today. I hope this was very informative for you and you had a lot of fun just as much as I did. If you have any feedback for us, please leave it at feedback@zabfm.org. And if you don't have the time for that, please drop a comment down in the comment box. Again, thank you so much and stay tuned for our next episodes. This is your host Fatma signing off from Zab FM.